What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. Today, we're going to be talking about this new 2026 RZR Pro R Ultra that was just debuted. Just so you know, going to this video, we are not biased. We have a RZR and we have a Maverick. We have a RZR Pro and absolutely love it. So excited to talk about this unit. Excited to get into detail about it, give you my honest opinion on it, and go from there. So far, this is the machine. If you haven't seen it, it literally just debuted like 2 days ago. It's a limited run model, so they're only going to make allegedly 500 of these models, and I am super stoked. So it has some features that we've never seen on side-by-sides before. The biggest headline feature is the active sway bar link, and obviously I haven't memorized this stuff yet, so I'm reading reading Polaris' debut right now, talking about specific features. So we're only going to talk about factual information in this video, other than if I give you my opinion. But it's not about that. So the active sway bar link system, so it's unlike traditional sway bars that are either connected or disconnected. This system uses an electronically controlled hydraulic link that can adjust on the fly up to 200 times per second. So that's incredible. So it has 3 different modes. It's got semi-active mode, it's got locked mode, and unlocked mode. So locked mode mimics a standard rigid sway bar for maximum high-speed stability. Unlocked mode fully disconnects the sway bar for maximum articulation for rock crawling. Guys, that's pretty cool, man. I mean, like I said, we're not very long in the video. I mean, the price is outrageous. But listen, if you're like me, like I just took off my Maverick sway bar like a year ago. The Maverick before that, took the sway bar off, disconnected it. I mean, it sucks disconnecting it because you get onto like maybe the hardtop and say West Virginia, Hatfield McCoys, they go to trail, and you really need a sway bar when you're on the main, the hardtop roads. But when you really get out there on the trails, it's really nice to have the sway bar disconnected. I mean, I typically just ride with mine disconnected, but there is points in time where I wished I had it hooked up. And I mean, being able to unlock and lock your sway bar is freaking awesome. I mean, that's pretty incredible. So I mean, that's innovation. That's, as they stated, ultra innovation. So I'm really excited to see that. The engine it's going to have is going to be the 2-liter 1997cc 4-stroke dual overhead cam inline 4-cylinder ProStar Fury. It's going to have 225 horsepower, obviously an automatic, Pro Performance True 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, and 4-wheel drive lock. It's going to be a 74-inch stance, and it's going to be a 104.5-inch wheelbase. 29 inches of suspension travel. And it's going to have 32-inch BF Goodrich mud terrain KM3 tires with 15-inch rims. So it's going to be a nice tire setup. That's a tire setup that you could leave it on for the factory. But then again, I mean, like the Mav we just recently got, I still have my Carnivores on there. I love them. But the BF Goodrich are some nice tires. That's going to be nice. 32s too from the factory. It's going to have a new 10.4-inch digital touchscreen powered by Ride Command. And it's saying it's gonna have split screen mapping, better visibility, and it's obviously that's significantly larger than what we've seen before. It's gonna have a Rockford Fosgate Stage 4 audio system with a 1500 watt amplifier, heated and ventilated seats. Whew, it's gonna be like the damn North Star MPI Racing steering wheel with a flatter bottom for improved grip, and a custom gator step interior accent with a limited velocity blue colorway. 500 units, so the 2-seater starting MSRP is going to be $46,999, and the 4-seater is going to be $50,999, and they're going to start shipping to dealers February 26. So $46,900 for the 2-seater, $59,000 for the 4-seater. So let's talk about that. You are not going to be paying neither of those prices. As soon as they get to the dealerships, they're going to get marked up. Taxes and the dealer markup. You're going to get hit with the dealer markup. They're speculating right now the lowest is going to be like $66,000 after dealer markups. They're going to get marked up. I mean, we know that. Obviously, in this information, it's not saying it, but we know that there's going to be an enclosure. So we know they're going to be enclosed. I mean, as stated, you're going to have heated and ventilated seats. So no more swamp ass while you're riding. So it's going to be enclosed. It's going to have HVAC. It's just not a new feature. It's a previously existing feature from the Polaris. So you're going to have all that. So a lot of people are looking for that, especially the exhibitions and the commanders, all that stuff is really popular nowadays. I see it on the trails all the time. I love the exhibitions. They look phenomenal. So having this out now, it's just the price. I mean, it's an amazing unit, but the price is going to be, that $60K for a side-by-side is steep. I mean, hopefully if you buy this, you could have it for like 5 to 10 years. But I mean, we know with the mileage, you get up to like, people say they get 10 grand miles plus. That's incredible. But realistically, I mean, after 5,000 miles, you're probably going to start having some issues. And then the resale value is fucking diminished. I mean, who the hell is buying a 4,000 or 5,000 mile side-by-side? I mean, that's the problem, is when you leave the lot and you ride these, that the value is just gone. But I mean, that's typical with any type of vehicle we're talking about, right? That's not new. But it's just, when you're paying side-by-side value, 60,000, I mean, that's going to be a lot. I mean, if I'm paying 60K for a side-by-side, I better have the best insurance possible when I crash this bitch. If I do flip it or something, I better be getting some money, because that is a lot of money. But realistically, the features and everything this thing has is incredible. I mean, it is just absolutely incredible. This thing is going to be comfortable. It's going to be absolutely smooth. It's going to be fast. It is going to have everything that you really need for a side-by-side. I mean, how much faster and smoother can these side-by-sides get? I mean, seriously, it's like cars. It's like trucks. Like the Denali 2500 HD. How much, or the Power Stroke, how much more torque can you fucking have? I mean, it's just absolutely insane. I mean, but it seems like the luxury aspect is good, and the machine looks great. I mean, I'm going to be interested to see how these units sell. I'm really excited to see them. I can't wait to see them on trail, or maybe at my local grocery store shopping in the parking lot. I'm super stoked. Maybe I'll have my chance with them one day when they hit the pre-owned market, depending on how much people are asking for them. We'll see. But other than that, yeah, these are going to be an absolute unit, and there's really nothing else on the market that really will compare to this unit, according to the information that I'm seeing now. We'll see if it has any issues, but it's using that same ProStar Fury engine, the 4-stroke 2-liter that the past ones Pro R's used. So, I mean, realistically, there's not really too many engine issues I know of with those machines. They run pretty well. I had the Polaris RZRs back in the day when the old XPs, that the reverse chain would always pop and break. So Polaris has went through it. There's been some damn unreliable RZRs, but nowadays they've got them pretty tightened up. These ProStar engines are damn near tightened up. So are the Can-Ams, the Rotaxes. They're just, these engines, there's really no issues now. They're getting close to get that freaking Honda category. Not really. Hondas will always be the most reliable, but anyways, that's the machine. What do you guys think? What are your guys' thoughts? I mean, are you going to pay 60K plus for a side-by-side? Because, I mean, I know initially for me, I wouldn't unless I sold all my ATVs. Maybe I'd go in one of these, because, I mean, this is going to be a nice side-by-side. This is, if you have one of these, I'm not riding with you, because if I ride with you and I see it, I'm going to want to buy one. That's how I am. So, yeah, I'm excited to see these. And like I said, hopefully leave me some thoughts in the comments. What do you guys think? I mean, would you, like I said, are you guys going to pay this money for a side-by-side? I mean, is it worth it? Is there enough changes? My honest opinion, my favorite part is the active sway bar link. There's some stuff in here like the heated seats. I don't think we need heated seats at a side-by-side. That's me at least, but leave me some thoughts and opinions, guys. Check out the other videos. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you guys in the next one.